Hi, I'm Brenda. Welcome to my apothecary and Hooked on Herbs. This is my mission statement and how I came to be hooked on herbs. I have no medical training, so when I experienced a symptom that did not resolve on its own or with an over-the-counter product, I had to take off work, go to a doctor, spend money I often didn't have, and then I often, because of my unique genetics and some environmental exposures, ended up with adverse reactions. So mostly, I just tried to ignore symptoms, and that's how I survived for the first 40 years of my life. Then I figured out that diet was very helpful, and by controlling my diet, I could control a great deal of symptoms in my life. That worked fabulous until I ran into toxic mold. With a combination of the mold and adverse reaction to some antibiotics, I ended up with serious medical complications and I became disabled. I have lupus, a couple of other serious medical conditions, and severe chemical sensitivity. That is how I ended up on the road of herbs. I turned herbs out of desperation. But what I found was this amazing new world. And 11 years down the road, I am totally hooked on herbs and hope to encourage others to do the same. Not out of desperation, but rather as well-informed consumers. I dream of a world where we have commercials that actually educate the public about how to live a healthier life based on real science, where dietary recommendations are based on science, not farm surplus or lobbying dollars, where both herbs and pharmaceuticals are used. The herbs that have helped humans for thousands of years are researched and the information shared with the public to promote better health, and where reasonable price pharmaceuticals are available and are given to well-informed patients by well-informed doctors when natural options fail to provide relief. But for now, I'll do my best to share with you and others what I have learned and the many ways I have learned to depend on nature to meet my personal needs. I will share the homemade products that I use for my own body, home, and yard care products. It is not a hassle to make these products. It's fun, it allows me to be creative, and it saves money. And most importantly, it is less toxic to me, my home, and the environment. Herbs make my life healthier, happier, and much more fun. Now, instead of ignoring symptoms, I actually listen to my body. I see symptoms as my body whispering to me that it needs a little help. I forage or grow somewhere around 30 different herbs. Most herbalists have 30 or so favorite herbs that handle 95% of their day-to-day challenges. Everything from congestion to anxiety, depression to bug bites. Herbs even help with things like insulin resistance, and they are perfect for everyday boo-boos such as scrapes and scratches. An upset tummy and an immune system stress are easily handled by herbs. I also find that drinking yummy herbal teas throughout the day tends to reduce snacking, improve hydration, and is such a pleasant addition to my life. A few of my favorite things about herbs. There are multiple herbs that can aid with the same symptom. So if one doesn't work for me, there are usually several others that I can pick from. If one herb isn't strong enough, there are others that can be added to strengthen the effect or address it from a different pathway. Besides using herbs in my cooking, I also infuse the herbs into oils, alcohol, vinegar, and teas. Also, most herbs are supportive of the body in many ways. Often the same herb that soothes your tummy will also improve a headache. I love that so many herbs taste great and are a fun way to support my body, even when I feel good. While I have found that herbs have helped me overcome many of my health challenges, I find they're at their best when they are preventing problems from ever developing. I am still disabled. A bad perfume exposure in a store or a mold hit can set me back for weeks. But I now have more good days than bad, and I am now able to live in my home. I lived in tent and garden shed for several years, so I deeply appreciate my now safe home. I'm finally healthy enough that I really wanted to have a hobby, and so on good days, I will make videos and blogs and research and experiment with new herbs. And if you don't have the energy or time or resources, I hope the things that I share will help you or inspire you to become hooked on herbs. It is my way of giving back to the many who have given me aid and comfort and helped me learn a better way of being. I am not giving medical advice. Everyone needs to handle herbs and treat herbs with the deepest respect. Anyone can have a bad reaction to anything, so please pay attention to your body and always research any herb you decide to try. My personal practice is to find 3 good resources of information on any new herb that I try, and I always start low and go slow. I hope that I can continue to expand the website, sharing both successes and sometimes those failures, which are such good teachers. I will soon have interviews with some of my teachers. I will also include a page about good self-talk, because I believe that good self-talk is vital to good self-care. But for now, welcome to Hooked on Herbs.